Hey, we're back. Is my audio still
You're good to
okay?
go.
Good to
Looks like
go.
we're live and we've got your viewers. I think there was AI bots viewing us at first because it went up to 20 and then back down to 3 and then back up to 16 and then to 12.
Crazy. All right.
All right, we're back to 18 viewers supposedly. I would suggest that's probably the AI checking us out.
Potentially. Potentially. All right. Oh, it looks like they're starting to ready up. Looks like we're going to be moving into quality.
Oh no, your mic's starting to do the thing.
No.
You can hear now, but it's still a little bit laggy. If you want to give me the stream key, I can stream as well.
How's that now? Is it still bad?
Nope, that's good.
Is it good now? No.
Oh.
I can see it freaking out.
No, it was for a second. All right.
I turned off the Twitch chat because I think that might have been affecting it. I don't know why.
You sound better now?
Sounds better now? Okay. Technical difficulties. Love computers.
Love them, just like I love Windows 11. Right, looks like
Scribble says
grid
sounds
loading in here.
perfect now. Thank you, Scribble.
Thank you, Scribble. If everyone's new here, Scribble is our technical director.
Major Haxor.
Okay, so it appears that my in-game volume has left the building.
Yeah, I don't have any either, but that might just be with nobody on track yet.
Yeah.
Potentially?
Nope, no audio.
For you as a spectator as well, like on your own machine?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not getting it either.
Oh, I have audio now. Just Alt-Tab and go back in.
Okay.
You have to click you have to click the game being actually in the game, yeah.
There we go. Oh, there we go. We got Simply Easy. First one out on track in the Aston. New to the league this season.
Got the game open. Okay. New face in a new car. Most of the drivers this season are in their in the cars from last season. However, there are a few switch ups.
Oh, my bad. I can't do that. Can't click off the game, can I?
No, you cannot.
I'm used to ACC now, where I can like click into other apps and it doesn't pause the game. Okay, who else we got on track? Just gonna call him Vi SC.
Vi, we've got the two Aston Martins out first.
Yagi.
One.
Ali is out on track. I always wish that there wasn't this chicane here. You could just straight. It'd be like the longest straight ever, hey?
That would be interesting because there's no track map I can turn on in this spectating view as well. I suppose.
Everybody out on soft tires.
Right. I guess I'll watch
Simply
the stream.
Easy starting his flying lap. Hop on board.
I will.
So-
I'll talk about what I'm seeing on stream since I'm going to be looking at something different than you.
All right. Cool. Simply easy going down that back straight, the first part of it. Always hard. Ooh, a little bit of a snap there, trying to slow the car down. Yeah, again, this is just such a difficult track to master. Sort of go from such high speed to low speed spots.
Yeah, not too familiar with this track. To be honest, the only 2 times I've ever been on it is once in a time trial and another in a DRL.
And that will be an invalid lap for Simply. What do we need on here? We need the track map. There we go. Some lap data.
Looks like Simply Easy has decided to take a second hot lap instead of going back in the pits.
Bob Phoenix puts in a 131.5, bested by Goggy and then Ferrari. Goggy with a 130.1. We're going to drop, let's have a look and see. Pally comes to the line and puts in a 131.4. Solid time from Pally.
Oh, looks like the Red Bull, if you switch over to Bob Phoenix there, has just had a major spin. Managed to get off track in time.
And we got Physics heading out on his first fast lap. Is that right? Yeah. Rasta Dramas puts in a 129.9. Lying.
Looks like those new pedals.
Is unfortunately Physics being impeded by a car on an outlap. That will be the end of his go there.
Yeah, I don't know if the looked like that was a Mercedes. I don't know if the Mercedes didn't know he was there or what was going on there. Looks like he's going to slow down and try and gain some battery for another lap.
We now have on board with Sisterly Cross, who's yet to complete a lap as well. I don't know if this is first go, I would think. Then we also have Slurp still in the pits. No, went back to the pits, didn't do his lap.
Looks like Scornsy comes in the Alpine at a low 129.1. Absolutely crushing Ross Stratamus's previous time. Looks like Physics has gone off track and invalidated his second attempt and is flashing, so we might see him have to go back in the pits for another try. That's unfortunate.
Ooh, we got a busy track here. Your Sisterly makes it through. It's mostly unscathed. Very busy part of the track right now. That's final sector. Oh, again.
Looks like so far the top 6 are within a second of each other mostly. However, Scornsy with the freakish lap.
All right. Most people back in the pits. Where's Goggy? Is he on a fast lap? No, it looks like he's backed out. Nighty potentially on a fast lap here. Coming up to a car on an outlap.
See what Nighty can do after taking some.
That was an invalid. Off. Validated there. Spies into the pits. Sisterly cross. On and out or in.
Looks like we've got Physics now about to attempt his hot lap. Finally, he's just having his out lap right now, I believe, unless he has been still trying to recuperate battery and has enough fuel.
Let's see, here we go. Is he gonna go? Yeah, let's go for one more.
All right. Physic begins his hot lap. Let's see what type of time he can put in as being one of the top 3 contenders from last season. We expect him to most likely be at least in the mid 129s, I would assume.
Looking hooked up so far.
Manages to hit the apexes nicely on 8 and 9. Looking like a promising lap for Physics.
What's in a purple sector 2 with a 50.1. Hop back on board. The last part of his lap. See if he can get to the end of this lap without being impeded. Looks like the Mercedes in front is far enough ahead. Here he comes to the line with a 130.2, so not a great third sector, but that still slots him into 4th place.
Yeah, it looks like so far Scornsy's going to be a contender for Goggy and the rest of the grid this season for sure.
Yeah, that's a solid time. 8/10 gap there.
Right. Looks like Rostradamus is on a hot lap right now. Coming around turns 8 and 9. Looking like some improvement this lap.
Oh
the Aston
no.
getting out of the way.
Race control just disqualified Bob Phoenix for driving the wrong way on track.
Looks like Rostradamus was not on a hot lap. He was just trying to get in the pits to most likely get another one out.
So Bob Phoenix does not get a time in this session and is going to start from the back of the grid.
That must have been an unfortunate pit entry error. Or there's not many places you need to go backwards. But as unfortunate it is, Bob is one of the quickest on the grid and should be able to make up some places and have an interesting race.
Yeah, I should definitely make up some time from the back. I would agree. Yeah, not sure what happened there. Didn't see it. Sometimes just spinning on track and trying to get going the right way again. If you drive a little bit too far in the wrong direction before turning around, the game will get you. So we've got Scorenzi on another lap. We got Bucky, who put in a solid 130.3 on his first lap on, looks like an out lap still. Yeah.
Well, I'm watching
he's
Scornsy
backed
right now,
out.
and he's definitely got some flow. He's got this track figured out, that's for sure. Looks like he's going to be putting in his second stint. I don't think he's going to need a third one, and was waiting for the track to clear slightly. And he improves with a 129.020.
Wow. Another
That is unbelievable.
off. Who can touch it? Can anybody? I feel like...
Well, it looks like Rostradamus is on his outlap, so let's see if he can make any improvement with the track having a little bit more grip at the end of the quality session. Looks like we've got how many minutes left? I'm unable to see this.
We've got a caution on the screen, so unable to see what the time left is. Nighty Night crosses the line with a 130.5, so he improves by almost 4/10 himself.
All right, we've got 4 minutes left in the session, so we're going to start seeing some people try and squeeze in their last laps or two, depending on any invalidations.
Vi has backed out. Mr. Cross, I think, on a hot lap.
All right, it looks like Scornsy is going to be going back in the pits and might have enough time to try and make some more improvement if he feels like doing so. Ooh, it looks like Rostradamus just invalidated his lap, so he's going to be turning ERL to save that. Hopefully he has enough fuel to squeeze one more in without having to go in the pits. That was unfortunate as it was just on the edge. And he was a 10th up on his Sector 1 time.
All right, so we've got, who do we got coming to the line? This is Chunky Boy OG. I think he added an OG to his Steam name for the season. Takes 2 seconds, 2 seconds off his time. Just good enough for 16th place at the moment. Rostradamus is backed out. Who else is on a hot lap? We have Vi. Lots of people on outlaps now.
Not too much chatter going on there. If anyone's watching, what are your thoughts on the quali session? You think you could beat Scornsy's time?
Ferrari, who's a good friend of Ross's, new to the league this year as well. Looking quick amongst this group on his, what will be likely his final lap, with only a minute 30 to go in qualifying. Have anybody coming up to the line right now? Other than Dog.
Unfortunately, it looks like Rostradamus went back in the pits.
Physics is on a outlap. About to go on his last flyer.
Looks like Simply Easy is on a hot lap as well. Unless he's trying to squeeze across the line with 1 minute left.
And we got Slurp coming to... Now that'll be an outlap as well for Slurp. So he's going now.
Looks like Scornsy managed to get one more and he's going to cross the line before the time ends.
Physics just quickly saw improved his Sector 1 by just over a 10th.
One driver I don't see this season is Raylander. Has he signed up for this league?
Or he is. He wasn't able to make the race tonight, but he is on the roster. Still teammates with Bob Phoenix. Those two were teammates in Haas last year, have moved to the Red Bull cars.
And they were also a force to reckon with.
This is now marks the end of the session, so everybody on a flying lap. This is their last chance to make it count.
Looks like Scornsy is a 10.5 above his previous Sector 1. So he's got some improvement to do if he wants to.
First across the line is going to be Physics. And he goes a 129.5, moves himself up to second place. We have Slurp about to hit the line with the 129.5 as well. He drops into third, just behind Physics.
Bucky Blitz
not improve.
No improvement.
Dog, no improvement.
Let's see, does Goggy do it?
It's right on board with Goggy on the rest of his lap. You keep an eye if Scorenzi improves. He does a 128.94.
That is rapid.
That is very fast.
Goggy gains with 129.264 to take second place.
Right at the end. Oh, good. Those those fast guys from last year put in a lap when it counted at the end there, but Goggy, Physics, and Slurp, all three of them struggled to put a decent time on the board early in the qualifying session.
All right, what are we waiting for the session end here? Okay, there we go. Just waiting on one more driver to enter the pits, so that wraps up the first Exhibition Season 5 qualifying for this session. And we're going to be heading on to the race with Scornsy on pole with a rapid time into the 128s. Goggy in Physics, second and third, like usual. And then the rest of the grid with their respective times.
Yeah, definitely some good lap times in there from some of those guys. And even to see like 90 up at 7th, it's a good time from him, especially amongst some of those fast guys. Pally, new to the league, just reserving, puts himself right smack in the middle of the grid, P10.
Feel like we're going to have some good action today. Looks like we're going to have 3 separate packs on the field. A front pack, a mid pack, back pack, according to the quali times. So we should see some close racing.
Close racing. Now let's see if anybody hits start race before they're supposed to.
So we're going to wait 3 minutes. You're supposed to wait 3 minutes now before the race leader presses the start button to give people time to create their pitch strategies, tire pressures, and last minute adjustments.
Yeah, that's right. Been a pretty good rule that was, I think, followed for the most part, except for maybe one race last season where we had one accidental early ready up. But
yeah, typically most people can get things set up, but it's always the tire strategies that get me. Recognize those as F1 is a lovely interface that only allows keyboard and steering wheel.
Yeah, that's right.
Control.
The interesting thing this year will just see how some of our existing drivers deal with the longer race distance. There's going to be different tire strategies now. You're going to see a lot more hard tires being used this season.
Yeah, last season we typically saw most people, at least always on the front of the pack, starting on this. Wasn't necessarily due to the 35% race length, or due to the lap 1 to 6 safety cars that were an often occurrence.
We are heading
looks
to
like someone has hit the button
lap.
Early.
Potentially early again.
Exhibition, at least we're expecting this, and we're here to grind out the issues. So hopefully everyone got their pitch strategies and tire strategies sorted out.
There was a couple minutes there anyways, so. All right, let's get...
on to the formation with Scornsy leading as his first... Is this Scornsy's first race ever with DRL, and he's taken pole? I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's new to the league. Be first pole. I just missed the tire strategy there. I was looking at something else. So there we go. We got, what has he got? A potential one stopper with a hard to medium to hard.
Quite a way to make an entrance into a league, if I must say so.
Yeah, I have to say I'm a little surprised to see so many guys on soft tires. Sam, what would you think there? That's going to be two-stop strategies for those guys, or do you think they're going to go soft hard?
Well, I'm just getting my tire information up here so I can see who's on the softs.
Yeah, well, our highest soft runner is Ferrari T1 in P8, and then
I mean, it looks like the softs are mostly at the rear of the grid, which is most likely try and make up their lack of time in the quali session. So
early spots.
Hopefully they can make some places and maybe see an early safety car. And the nice thing about the 50% race distance is that it's not necessarily an automatic pit for hards for the rest of the race if an early safety car happens, because if you pit on still a lap 5 or 6, you're still going to have 20 or 21 laps to go. So it's going to be interesting to see what people do here.
Yeah, well, this was also like you said, first race of or before the season starts, and we're bound to have a safety car. Potentially could happen early, and those soft runners, maybe they get a few laps in before a safety car, try to make some positions up, and then get a cheap pit stop under yellow. I'm
going to be paying attention to physics here on the start. If anyone gets a jump on him with the softer tire compound, we're most likely going to see him lose place on start. So this is going to create a interesting lap 1, turn 1, turn 2 battle between the front.
The last couple cars joining the back of the grid now. As Bob Phoenix hits his stall, we should have, here we go. 3, 4, 5 lights. And we are underway. Here we go. Scorenzi gets a great start. Doggy's
Physics getting a good start on the hards.
Physics got a great launch.
Physics managed to hold his position in third.
Looks like we see a couple drivers running off.
Right.
Doggy
paying attention
holds
to
on to P2.
Here. Pallinut has just had a battle with the Ferrari and been overtaken. Ferrari T1 into 8th.
Oh, let's run up the field from the back. Bob Phoenix, P14, Lamb in 13. Bit of a gap already. Simply Easy in P12. Honda Honic in 11. Fi in 10. Pally moved up 1 place into 9. Ferrari on those softs in P8. Hasn't made any jumps yet. Expect those tires to fire up before the end of this lap and probably start making some moves.
We did have some collisions in the beginning there. However, it doesn't look like anyone's wings have been affected. Simply Easy manages to make an... Oh, it looks like the Red Bull takes the position back. They're battling right now at the back of the grid. Looks like Slurp is putting pressure onto Physics with the softer tire compound behind. Most likely going to see a move soon once those heat up. Oh, Bucky Blitz is side by side with the Alpine.
90 through turn 1.
Collision.
There was some contact, and around he goes. He will drop a few places. Everybody moves up. And we have a Ferrari off the track. Ferrari had something happen there.
Paying close attention to Physics here.
Great avoid by Pally from the AlphaTauri, losing control. He moves up to P7 now. 90 is in a bit of his race of his own already.
Bucky Blitz is making his way back up, and it looks like Lamb and Simply Easy are having quite a battle now.
And Scorenzi doing everything he can to pull away from this pack, break DRS before lap 3.
Lamb manages to make the overtake on Simply Easy, taking 12th and creating a whole entire second gap in the process. Looks like Honda Holic and Pally Nut are close together.
Physics staying pretty close to Slurp so far. He'll be within DSR rate or DRS range when that opens up. 90 got a bit of a gap back to Ross Damas. Bob Phoenix makes another. Oh, no, he dives into the pits. He must have some damage.
Looks like we've got 2 Hasses and a Williams closest together right now, along with keeping pressure. Oh, what has happened at the front of the grid? Physics has lost a place as Goggy made quite a dive bomb, which was very nice. Looks like they've grouped back up now. However, they've given Scorenzi the opportunity to make a 2.5-second gap.
Yeah, big gap there already. There's quite the battle in the midfield between the Williams and the AlphaTauri and Haas of Pally, Honda, and Bucky. Pally getting a good draft and DRS on Vi. Makes the move around the outside. What a pass. That was a good one. Pally back up into P7.
Physics is putting an immense amount of pressure back onto Goggy, even though he's on the starting to key in for him.
These 3 are really tight. They've got Slurp, Goggy, and Physics all within half a tenth of each other.
Looks like the remainder of the track, other than the mid-pack and the front, has found their comfortable spot and made their gaps. And I'm going to just continue to try and make pace and manage tires.
Smooth sailing as Scorenzi hops on to lap number 4. Let's run an onboard with Physics.
DRS now kicked in. It's going to bring the front of the grid close together.
Expect we're going to see a move here, either with Goggy on Slurp. Physics maybe jump in on that train. Slurp, being so far back from Scorenzi, is going to be vulnerable to DRS down this back straight.
I'll have to excuse myself for one moment.
And Goggy does not get close enough to get by Slurp on that back straight with DRS. But this group is pulling a little closer to Scorenzi. They were down to 2 seconds, but it looks like they lost it through that corner. Let's have another run down the field here. Physics in P4, Ross in P5, kind of a little bit on his own. Got 90 in P6. And again, nobody really around him. Pally in P7, but he has Bucky Blitz hot on him in P8. P9, we've got Honda. Right on him is Vi trying to make a move, so maybe we'll hang out here for a minute and see if anything comes of this. Oh, Vi, a little bit of loss of traction in the rear, slides and loses some time. Next behind in P11, we got Lamb. Lamb moved from Williams to Mercedes for this season. Simply Easy is next. Looks like he may have had a bit of an issue. He is currently ghosted. Maybe a disconnect. Behind him, we got Dog and Ferrari.
Looks like Simply Easy is in a bug right now, and he's stuck in the pulse menu.
Dog, unfortunately, a little tap to Ferrari and sends him around. Dark Knack in P14.
Simply has said in chat he's unable to return to the race.
Uh-oh. Just really trying to have a look at Dark Canuck. Runs wide. Ferrari's got a lot of ground to make up now after being spun into turn 1. Chunky must
Looks
have
like
had
at
an
the front, we've
issue.
still got Slurp within 3 or 4 tenths, and Physics within a half a second. They're definitely trying to catch up there. It looks like they've managed to make about a second onto Scornsy with their DRS train.
Yeah, they've closed the gap there a little bit. Either that or Scornsy is just being smart, trying to manage his tires and his pace. Having a quick look at his battery on his wheel there, though. Looks like he's running about 36%. So he hasn't been overly conservative. We look at Goggy and Slurp.
It's like Honda Holic is putting on some pressure to Nighty Night. So he is right on the rear of his car.
Yeah, Honda, one of the 6 drivers on the soft tires. So definitely got a bit of grip there. Although we're hitting lap 6, those are gonna start to fade, and we're gonna kind of get the switch over to where now the mediums are gonna offer more grip than those softs.
Unfortunately, it does not appear like the softs have done what they were wanting them to do. However,
no DRS for Honda there. Got really close here again. Goggy in P2. Does that mean, yeah, must have got Slurp then, because Slurp was in P2, was he not?
I believe, yes, that is correct. When I left, he was P2.
Let's have a look at lap data up there.
It's like Palynut is still trying to get back past this Haas. Palynut side by side with the Bucky Blitz. They're going into the chicane, and the Haas manages to hold position.
Quick look at the positions changed. Lamb, the biggest winner so far, up 5 places. Honda up 4. Biggest loser so far has been Ferrari. Unfortunate to have been tapped a couple times, I think, and had a couple spins. Bob Phoenix, 2 stops and just retired from the session. So not a day for Bob. Tough qualifying for him, and now out of the race.
We all have those races.
We have a safety car. Know that, we now have a safety car. So something must have happened there with Bob.
First safety car of the race at lap 7. That's going to bring everyone back together and make for some fun action. It's going to be interesting to see what the soft runners do here, and even with the mediums.
This is perfect timing for those soft runners. Like the timing for them couldn't have been more perfect. It's a great time to get off the softs. They can't go. Nobody's going to be able to go the distance on a tire change here, but everyone's going to take advantage of new tires. It looks like everybody's diving into the pits. Bucky's in, Pally's in, Nighty is in, Via's in, Honda is in, Lamb is in. Yeah, I guess it's going to be safe to assume we're going to see everybody pit. Simply Easy stays out. Oh, no, Simply Easy's disconnected, unfortunately.
Yeah, Simply Easy is having technical difficulties, and he is stuck in the pause menu.
Oh, no. Dark Canuck is staying out. We have our lone stay out on those soft tires. Interesting choice. Ferrari into the pits. Dark Canuck will come out of onto the track and make a bunch of places up to P12 now, but he's going to be on some very worn softs on restart.
It is an interesting strategy for sure. You don't usually see people staying on track unless it's near the end of the race to try and take a track position.
Looks like we have a couple penalties handed out, 2 5-second penalties. Those are going to be for speeding in the pit lane. One for Bucky and Chunky at the back of the grid in P17. Well, that's a tough one for Bucky because he's pretty quickly paced, was having a really good battle with Pally. So I don't know if see if he can put a 5-second gap on him before the end of the race. Still a lot of laps to go. Not even at halfway mark yet.
So the fun thing about these 50% races is that they make for an interesting strategy. I mean, you can't, on a 35% race, you could start probably calling positions now, but on a 50%, I mean, anything can happen now. We could see another safety car right away for all we know. Well, if you're new to the DRL stream, feel free to head over to our channel and join our Discord. Unless it's not there.
And if you're watching and not already following us on Twitch, please also throw a follow, join the action. Don't know how often we'll be able to do broadcasts of F1. It's not something that I don't think either Sam and I can commit to all the time. So if you're watching and you're also interested in broadcasting, we're looking for broadcasters for both this day and this time, and Monday nights at 5 Pacific or 8 Eastern.
We do, however, have a dedicated commentator for Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. PST, which streams our Assetto Corsa Competizione League.
Where you can find Sam and myself in our beautiful pink Porsches.
They are quite stunning on track.
I have to say, watching this does make me miss doing a bit of racing in F1 again, though. So
this most definitely does make me miss the fun. I mean, that's why I took a break, was because it'll be that much more enjoyable when we come back.
Yeah, however, that's right.
We'll see what the F1 24 game looks like. Well, we're about halfway through the second lap of the safety car here. This should be the last lap, and the car should be coming in around the next few bends. Yeah, there's the message right there.
Safety car in this lap. Let's see how Scorenzi controls the restart. It's already backed way off.
Chunky Boy also having a tough race today. However, he always has a good attitude and makes it to the end.
Yeah, great sport. Always happy to be there. Always happy to be a part. Still definitely in that learning curve phase. You know, even from the start of last season to the end of last season, we saw big improvements from a lot of drivers on the grid. Actually, it was it's what I love about our league. So we're welcoming to all, new or experienced. Scorenzi has got the hammer down, and what a getaway he gets. Absolutely left Goggy in the dust. Already 1.6 back before the start finish line. Which lets him pick up exactly where he left off before safety car. Physics gets slurp there, it looks like. Oh, and what do we have there? No. We have some people running through pits.
Well, it looks like Physics is now on the upper hand. Oh, it looks like he's got a little bit of a snap there. He's side by side with Goggy. If you want to tune into them.
There he goes.
He's on the mediums,
Physics
and he absolutely
gets the pass
can't
done.
be stopped.
Yeah, and that is...
With Physics on the medium, it looks like he's going to be able to make some pace on Scorenzi. I mean, within a lap or two, if he keeps this up, he should be in DRS, which this is going to make the next few laps quite exciting.
Yeah, it should be interesting. He's going to have to get to Scorenzi quickly and try to get ahead, being on those mediums. I just can't see him making those last to the end. I mean, you can, 17 laps to go. The mediums will hang on. They just won't be very nice in those last, I'd say, 4 or 5 laps. Scarenzi's going to definitely be able to take those hards all the way to the end from here.
Yeah, if Scarenzi loses first place right now, I mean, those hards are going to be kicking in within the next 5 to 6 laps, and he'll be able to make that time back up. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem for him. Looks like Sisterly Cross and Lamb were side by side, and Lamb managed to hold 13th place. Hondaholic is within a few tenths of Nighty Night once again. Actually, looks like the gap.
Ross pushing real hard to keep in this DRS train with these top 4. He's just got back within it. Maybe dropped out. See if he has it by the line. I don't think he will. Let's have a look.
Physics
see if
within 5 tenths.
And we see Scarenzi already swerving to try to break the toe. But DRS has not been re-enabled yet. We're only lap 2 after the safety car, so we got a couple more to go. Let's have a quick run through the field, Sam. We got Goggy in P3, Slurp in P4, Ross in P5, Bucky in P6, but with a 5-second penalty. Pally behind and P7, Nighty P8, Honda in P9, Vi in P10, Dog P11, Ferrari up to P12, Sisterly 13, Lamb P14, Dark Canuck, Newcomer and Reserve P15, Simply Easy in P16, and Chunky Boy P17 with Bob Phoenix retired in 18. We have back to the front here, Physics within 2 tenths of Scarenzi. DRS is now enabled. As we're
going to be seeing a move here, we expect. Unless he's going to be holding off for one more lap.
My guess is he's probably going to hold off until we get into the DRS zone on the back straight.
Oh. Looks like Ferrari T1 is closing in on Dog.
Got a good 5-car DRS train at the front here. We have a yellow flag. Where is it? Looks like it's been cleared. Must have just been a driver off track.
Oh.
And let's go on board with Physics. DRS wide open. Absolutely closing around the outside. Job done.
All right, if you're looking for another overtake that's going to be upcoming, I believe Ferrari is lining up to take Dog here on the straight. Yep, side by side, and we're going to be heading into the first.
And that is a job done as well. Yeah, Dog not in DRS, so was vulnerable there. Have a yellow flag. Where is that? That is Chunky Boy, looked like having another difficult time there. After turn 2.
Looks like Nighty Night has managed to create a gap behind Hondaholic, and he's managed to almost make 4 tenths this lap on Pally Nut. Most likely going to see a move there soon.
Got Scarenzi back on Physics here as we head into DRS of the start-finish straight. Let's see if he has the closing, but I imagine on the hard tires, he's just not going to have the pace to get him before turn 1, although I could be wrong. Nope, he decides not to go for it.
Well, with Physics taking first, he's almost done himself a bad deed, as it appears that Scarenzi is going to be able to manage within DRS quite easily, as the hards are going to start kicking in soon.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got quite a battery advantage as well. Physics burned a lot of battery since that safety car to get that first place position, and with not being able to break DRS, he's likely going to lose it right here. Yep, and there goes Scarenzi back into P1. Goggy just sitting here waiting for either a mistake from one of these two.
I mean, at this point, when your pace is all so close, you've got to really start to think about strategy and when your next pit's going to be in Scarenzi's place and Goggy. They can most likely take those hards to the end. So unless Physics makes quite a gap here, that might have been the wrong choice. And with the DRS train that's going on, I don't see a gap happening in the future.
Yeah,
most likely going to see some position changes every lap between the DRS train in the front until we see one that can manage to make a gap or not make a mistake. Nighty Night once again putting some intense pressure on Palynut. It's nice to see him having a nice clean race today. Looks like he's on the straight now. Is he going to make the pass?
Got him up on the screen. Start finish straight. He will have DRS. Pally will not. Is he going to get it? He's not going to get it before turn 1.
Palynut had to burn a nice chunk of his ERS on that straight. I watched him burn about 30% to hold that position. So he's nearing flashing zone. As long as Nighty Night's patient and keeps his consistency, we should see that overtake happen.
Yeah, well, we got the longer DRS zone here on the back. It's definitely a lot easier to get by. And with Nighty only being 5/10 back, should be able to close. And with lots of battery.
And he's at 90% ERS, yeah, so he's got quite an advantage. Looks like he's going to take it now.
Job done. Nothing to fight there for Pally. Best to just sit in and try to hold on to him for DRS to regenerate some battery and go for an attack later.
However, he manages to slot in behind him on the chicane quite nicely. Close he is on this straight. Didn't lose too much time, which is good. Once again at the front here, top 5 now. Rostradamus has made an entrance and got a 5-man DRS train going on. It's quite exciting watching the front of the pack right now. Looks like the Mercedes almost had a little bit of a love tap there with the McLaren.
Somewhere along the way, it looks like Honda's picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. That would likely be for track limits.
Checking on the rest of the grid right now, it looks like everyone is just managing to keep their distance and maintain pace. Just try and hold position. It's, within the next 10 laps, we should most likely see some pit stops from a few drivers that made a gamble on the first safety car, unless we see a second safety car, which is always a possibility. Oh, physics is within 1/10.
And took himself a tracks limits penalty. Very unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, as that is going to be sitting in the back of his mind now. Going to be pushing on P5, if not already there, technically. He's going to have to most likely have a safety car to be able to save his podium chance.
These top 5 are so close together. This is fun to see. Fun to see. All within a few tenths of one another. Who does the pressure get to?
However, good job to the rest of the drivers who have managed to make it around 16 laps with DNFing.
Goggy around physics. He slots into P2. And see if he can have a go at Scarenzi now. Goggy with 68% battery. And Scarenzi about 73. It's looking pretty equal on battery for these two. Goggy's going to get DRS,
has managed to hang out too and keep within the DRS.
Goggy going for a late pass. Gets the job done. Goggy into P1. We have another race leader.
Definitely some high-level racing in the top 5 tonight, as it looks like we've got another overtake here happening. What's going to...
Scarenzi gets a spot back. Will he hold it? He does. Got a great battle at the front of the back
side
here.
By side. Slurp is poking his nose in there, trying to wait for a mistake, because it looks like Physics had a little bit of traction loss there, but managed to keep it under control. He is right.
Physics gets into the back of Goggy.
Oh my goodness.
How unfortunate.
Goggy takes the short route, and is he going to get a penalty for that? Yes, he does get a 10-second penalty. That is going to absolutely grind his gears, as that's most likely going to need to be reviewed by the stewards after. Wow, what a shake. all it takes is one mistake, and
yeah.
What a shakeup. We've got Rostradamus
and Slurp just takes a 3-second time penalty there. We're starting to get the track limit penalties starting to rack up here now. Slurp takes one there going into turn
everyone,
2.
I think this could possibly shake things up a little bit where we've got physics and raw penalties coming up on it. Wow. Looks like Slurp is going to try and hang with Scarenzi still. Don't know what much he can do there without Scarenzi making a mistake and having a time penalty. Rostradamus hanging right out in third with no time penalty. So if he can hold off with no track limits the rest of the race, it looks like we could see a podium for him. Lamb with a penalty there for track limits.
Penalty for Lamb. Got our friend from our ACC league, Sam, in the chat. Hello, Sam. Thanks for tuning in. Let's have another run down the field.
Forward to seeing you on track, Sam. Unfortunately, you are faster, Sam, and I am slower, Sam. So
I wasn't gonna say it on stream, but yes, that's right. I have deemed the Sam I'm talking to slower, Sam, and you faster, Sam.
It is true. Looks like we've got physics still on the tail of Goggy games. We're most likely going to see some pretty intense battles between the two here, as it looks like there might be some animosity after previous events. See if they can keep it clean and manage to hold at least their positions in the top 5.
Oh, and Goggy, I don't know if he had a bit of traction or if he stepped out of the way there, but
Goggy goes wide and manages to get out of the way, and physics absolutely ahead of him.
Now, where else we got for close battles? I guess Slurp's still pretty close to Scarenzi, but he's got that 3-second time penalty. We got Ross has just dropped out of DRS zone to Slurp now.
We got Goggy about to make some sort of pressure with DRS, however, it's not going to stick. Another penalty there with Dart Canuck.
90 still sitting in P7.
F1 has a different pin entry, I believe, on this track between GT3 and F1, from what I understand. Sam?
Oh, we have a Alfa Romeo off the track. I think that might have been Chunky.
All right, we're going to be coming up to that time where those mediums have now been on, 11 laps. And
we got 11 lap mediums, yeah. Should be okay.
They're going to start falling off soon. Can Goggy make a double overtake for a pit change with the tires falling off?
No, Honda is in the pits. I wonder if he'll trigger a string of pit stops here with just 8 laps to go. We got drivers like Nighty and Pally absolutely licking their chops at the 2 drivers in front of them with big time penalties. We got Goggy with 10 seconds and Bucky with 8 seconds now.
Yeah,
Nighty
unfortunately,
and Pally, both of those guys within both of them would promote both of them up 2 places.
Yeah, and it's looking like, with Goggy 3 ahead of Nighty, I don't know if he sees him on the screen or not, so I don't know if he knows he's position up almost with the 10-second penalty, so should give him something to stride for, as
the yellow
like
flag
top 5
of Ferrari has spun, it looks like. It looks like he was all on his own.
You are correct, and it looks like the back marker has passed him. Unfortunately, Simply Easy is just coming out of the pits now. However, he is still an AI racer for the remainder of the session due to an unfortunate bug. In this well put together Codemasters title, and looks like Slurp is right on the rear of Scarenzi, but nothing much can go with that.
Ross.
Oh no, Ross has
another 3 seconds
penalty and just takes himself out. of the front.
Yeah, if your guy, if you're sitting in P7 and P8, like Nighty and Pally right now, all you're trying to do is trying to get through this race without a track limits penalty. And looks like Physics starting to close the gap here to Ross after that mistake. Getting close to DRS range again. He's pulling Goggy along with him. Oh, looks like Goggy's about to make a move on Physics into the sweeper. This is, like you said, Sam, the point where, and another contact between Physics and Goggy. That one, not so bad, but...
I mean, here at this time, it's going to be a little bit frustrating for Physics because he's most likely trying to get by and understands that Goggy has 10 seconds, so... It's most likely bugging him, and what just happened?
Oh, we got Goggy, or Physics diving into the pits, it looks like.
Yeah, looks like Physics is going to the pits, can't take those mediums any further, so we're going to see him go on softs, I would assume. And it looks like on that note, our 20th driver has signed up for our F1 East division.
Oh, there you go. We have 2 full grids. Look at that.
Yeah, Sam, Monza's pretty sweet. I don't know about the open lobby part that you're talking about, but Monza's pretty good. Don't know about the open lobbies, though. Sensitive topic with open lobbies.
All right. Well, not much change. Scorenzy's still holding the lead out in front.
Unless Scorenzy sends an absolute bomb into the wall, I don't see him losing first position in this race.
Yeah, I really get the feeling that he's just managing pace at this point. Looks like he's doing a good job managing his battery too. He's still holding on to over 70%. So he's just kind of stringing Slurp along.
Take a look at Honda there. He's about to make an overtake on the McLaren, or at least looks like they are right side by side in 11th there. He's not going to make it stick. Let's see what happens between these two, as it's some of the only action happening on the grid right now.
Jump on board with Honda as he is right up behind Dog. DRS, nope, no DRS in this section of the track. Pardon me.
It looks like Slurp is making close time, but I think he's accepted that he's just going to DRS behind Scorenzy for the rest of the race, as it would really make no sense for him to try and make an overtake. Yeah,
with the penalty there, he's not going to put 3 seconds on him with 4 laps to go, so probably just hanging in there for a P2. Oh no, in contact. Honda tried to go on the inside of Dog. There was not space.
It looks like the whole entire front wing of the Honda AlphaTauri has
and that gone. Brings out virtual safety car.
This could make things maybe a little bit fun. It looks like Slurp has made the overtake on Renzi.
Let's see where somehow he's 3 seconds. Track. Nobody really close to pits to be able to take advantage of virtual. Here? Oh yeah, we got Slurp with the overtake. We obviously missed some action there as we were watching Dog and Honda get tangled in sector 3.
Where did Physics come out in 8th? That's got to be a tough one. He made the game. It looks like Pally gets a drive-through. Oh, no, it looks like Stratamus gets a drive-through penalty, and that is going to effectively ruin his top 5 position.
That's one of the tough things about this. The tough things about this game is if you're just a hair over your delta under VSC when it goes green, it's just instant penalty, and it's a tough one. I think a lot of us have been there. I had to serve at least one last season. I know for sure. Japan.
Yeah, that I've been fortunate enough to not get any drive-through or speeding penalties. I got speeding penalties, that's for sure, but no drive-through penalties in F1 or ACC yet. Keyword yet. So we'll see what happens. But, looked like Scorenzy all of a sudden made the pass and is now back in first.
P1. That's right. Yeah.
Where he respectively belongs for this race, as he's been quite consistent.
those two are got a pretty good gap on the rest of the field now. Goggy 4 seconds back, Bucky 9 back from him.
Like Ross managed to serve his drive-through and actually surprisingly only lose a couple spots. Nighty Night slotted himself into 5th there, and it's looking like he's got that's looking like a P3. Can make some
after penalties are served. Yeah, that'd be huge. Very fortunate. Pally served his drive-through and didn't come out too bad. Lost a few places, but he was in behind 90, so he could have been.
Well, I guess he does actually have
about
7 seconds he's got to make up, so that's quite a task on old hards. 15 lap old hards he's on right now, as they all are. So at best, at least it's looking like he's probably secured P4. So good for 90. Managed to stick it out with no penalties so far. Oh, it looks like he just almost had a warning right there as he went off track. That was close. Hey, Chunky. Props to the sticking it out. Nice first exhibition, getting things greased up. Figured out. Sam, I do not believe I will be playing after this. Might be a couple other members that might want to hop into ACC with you, and unfortunately, I will not be on this evening.
No, me either.
Looks like Slurp's going to be going for the overtake up front.
That's done. Yeah.
Having some fun, I guess, on these past 3 laps.
Yeah, and gonna be kind of a moot point unless Screnzy has a big mistake and drops back over 3.
Which is always a possibility. It's nothing's counted out until they cross the line. So looks like they'll have their fun in the top 2 there. See if they can not make a mistake, as that would be pretty horrendous, as Slurp has the 3-second penalty.
Other than that, we've
definitely going to see some reports after this race, even though it is an exhibition. We still want drivers to practice safe driving, and I have a feeling that some people are going to feel like they don't deserve their time penalties, as the game has dished out some quite harsh ones today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's pretty hard to get game ones overturned. There have been a few that have been unfair. Sometimes you get double warnings for track limits in the same corner. But yeah, for the most part, in-game penalties usually seem to stick. But could be some mix-up in results just due to some of the contact we've seen tonight too, and depends what the stewards hand out penalty-wise. Although I think being an exhibition, I think we're going to take incident reports, but it's just going to be used for learning. These races don't count. It's just a good chance for the drivers to get used to racing with each other more than anything.
And speaking of our stewards team, just give them a shout out. Is there a group of some of the most renowned stewards around? Sometimes, right? Yeah, we're a pretty good group. I mean, we've got a lot of different guys, different racing experiences, different games. Some been in F1 for a long time. We got people from ACC. Well, after watching this race, this first West Division unfold, it's looking like it's going to be a fun season with some heated battles and rivalries near the front. I'd say that's been a successful exhibition race so far, and I hope it's been exciting for everyone watching the top 5 have their train.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, things have separated a little bit here. Kind of nobody really within DRS anymore other than the top 2, it looks like. Still a couple close battles on track. 90's within a couple seconds of Bucky, but I see him just playing it safe at this point because he's going to get by him on penalty.
Then Slurp and Scarenzi are just driver swapping every lap because at this point it makes no difference who crosses the line first.
Physics is absolutely flying on those softs, though. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's what do we got here for fastest lap?
Looks like I don't know how to see that.
Lap. So. Yeah, his physics. He's put in a 132.2. which is 0.4 better than Scorenzi. So it looks like he'll get the extra point. As long as
Which he's made the
finishes within
overtake on
top
90,
10.
so let's see what happens here with these softs. I mean, look at 90's 18-lap-old hards.
Only got 1 lap, though. It's going to be tough to pull out 3 seconds. I mean, kudos if he does.
If he got out of DRS by now, it was a chance, because, I mean, he just made 2 seconds on him the last lap. However, with DRS, I don't think he's going to be able to squeeze away on this one. And he's out of battery. He's flashing there, it looks like.
Yeah.
Let's see how much battery is on board with 90. He is 2%, so...
Everybody's squeezing out the last bit of juice here onto the last lap.
Looks like Slurp has accepted defeat and let Scorenzi get away from him to cross the line first shortly.
Another penalty.
No.
And another. No. Ross is
unfortunately had some errors after one of his best races I've seen so far.
Yeah, tough go. Ross was running with those top guys early on, and looks like just a couple mistakes now have led to.
Well, it doesn't look like Physics is going to be able to get away from that 3 seconds unless we see quite a mistake from 90 here. I mean, they are just coming into Sector 2, so there is a chance.
All right, well, we're going to hop on board with our race leader as he comes into Sector 3, rounding the last few turns before he takes the checker flag. Newcomer to the league, Scorenzi. One thing we don't do in this league is we don't do any driver's tests. We just chuck people in. And it's fun to be surprised at who's new and what kind of pace they have. And Scorenzi showing up, new to the season. I think he's actually only got a reserve seat at the moment. And he crossed the line for P1.
Nice race by Scorenzi, nice strategy.
Slurp Rex across the line for P2.
Oh no, it says he didn't finish.
That's just a game bug. He did get across the line. I believe he will still hold his P3.
Let's hope that is the case, because I think he wrecked from what I saw before the line. So I think that shakes things up and puts 90 in. Yeah. Look at that. 99 gets to top 3.
Puts him in P3 if that holds and is not not a bug.
Position change, he managed to make 4 positions, having the best position change out of the whole grid. So props 90. Congrats.
Ferrari, Ross. Yeah, considering the tough start Ferrari had, it's nice to see him run up the grid back into P6. Pally gets back into P7 after serving a drive-through.
Ross gets another 5 seconds for not serving his drive-through. Unfortunately, that him in 9th. After such an amazing race, keeping up with the top of the pack. But yeah, that was a good exhibition one. It's looking like we're gonna have some fun rivalries this season. It looks like Physics and Goggy might have started one today.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thanks for joining me, Sam. Considering neither of us know what we're doing when it comes to commentating, but it was fun to chat. It's fun to hang out. It's fun to show you guys the race. And
you will see us on the odd Thursday again. It's not often I'm doing stuff on Thursdays, so make sure you turn your notifications on. And yeah, we're gonna get better and better and more colorful with our speech. And
that's right. I mean,
maybe you'll even hear me
research.
Maybe you'll hear me yell a little bit. I'll yell and get more excited.
There you go. Yeah, let's have a quick look through. So P1, Scorenzi, P2, Goggy, 90 P3, Physics P4 takes fastest lap, 132.2, Bucky P5, Ferrari P6, Pally P7, Vi in P8, Ross P9, Dog 10, Sisterly Cross in 11, Honda 12, Slurp in P13, Lamb P14, Dark Canuck 15, Simply Easy 16, Chunky and Bob rounding out the rest of the grid in P17 and P18.
Thank you, Scribble and Tarugo, for the kind comments of our commentary. Appreciate that. And yeah, it looks like, I mean, now we're at 20 viewers. We managed to have 15 to 20 watching. Pretty exciting. So we will see you all on the next one we stream. And if you want to see some ACC, check us out on Tuesday evenings.
Yeah, keep an eye on the channel Tuesday nights. We got a way better commentator commentating those races. And yeah, you can see Sam and I on track. Come out and cheer on the Pink Pig Porsches as we hit, where are we going? Indianapolis?
Indianapolis.
Yeah, on Tuesday night. Be fun.
And yes, Scribble, East F1 on, East F1 on Mondays.
East F1 on Mondays at 8 Pacific. Or no, sorry, nope. 8 Eastern, 5 Eastern Pacific. Time. Yeah. Whether those get streamed or not, we'll find out. I guess we'll see. I don't know if we've got anybody that's readily available for that time. But yeah, thanks anybody who tuned in. I think we'll close the stream off there now. Have a good night.
Roger that.